Carnal Knowledge was released in 1971. This is directed by Mike Nichols, written by Jules Feiffer, and we have a cast including Jack Nichols, Candice Bergen, Arthur Garfunkel, Ann-Margret, Rita Moreno, and the wonderful Kane. It's because of Kane that I wanted to watch this. And in general, I didn't like it. There's nothing wrong with it. I think it set out to tell a specific story, or the story of specific characters, and I think it did that. I just didn't find it to be fascinating at all. I enjoyed watching some of the performances because we have a solid cast, but in terms of being entertained, I wasn't really. But I will say it has 6.9 out of 10 on IMDb across 16,000 reviews and ratings and a Metascore of 77. So I will explain why I didn't really care for it, but it does seem to be rather well received. So if you're curious, I'd say give it a go. This is about the somewhat complex relationship between Sandy and Jonathan and a woman called Susan. And then some other people the characters start dating and having romantic relationships with. And in general, it's obviously character-driven by... Well, it's driven by the characters, their personalities, their responses to the relationships, and their responses to each other. But I didn't really care for it. I just didn't find that there was anything there to hold my attention. I wasn't invested in any of the characters' stories. I didn't dislike them. They are well enough written, they're believable, they are not unlikable. I just didn't really care for them. So for me, there wasn't really anything to keep me engaged. I will say the passage of time is handled well. It starts off at the 40s, travels through to the 70s. I think that worked quite well. We have some really good performances. We have some nice music. The technical aspects are all absolutely fine. I just didn't care. I wasn't emotionally invested. I wasn't bothered about any of the characters. And I found the narrative, other than the passage of time, which was, I guess, quite interesting. Other than that, I didn't really find that it had that much to offer. For me personally, I didn't think it was a particularly interesting story. So in general, I didn't care for Carnal Knowledge, but it's not a bad film. There is nothing about it that I can point to as saying, well, I think they could have done this differently and it would have been better. I just wasn't that interested. I did like the cast, therefore I did like watching the performances, but again, I wasn't emotionally invested, so I wasn't really feeling anything. I didn't really have any kind of response to this at all. So it's not a bad film. It's absolutely fine. I can't fault it. It's just, for me personally, it simply didn't work. But if this sounds like your kind of film, or indeed if you like anybody in the cast, certainly it is watchable, then I'd say give it a go. Based on the ratings online, there's a good chance you'll like it more than I did. But personally, I just didn't really care for it.